Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions with you. And today is Thursday, and I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
What's up, Geek Beast? Chuck, man, what are we talking about tonight?
First things first. We hot news came in. Fortnite Chapter 4, Season 2 launches on Friday. So it launches tomorrow.
Fresh off the presses.
Fresh off the presses. And so the latest season named Mega will bring a cyberpunk neo-drenched Tokyo-inspired city to the island. And so they're changing a lot of things up. And on top of that, they're bringing Aaron Yeager from the anime Attack on Titans to being one of the characters you can choose. So anybody that knows, Attack on Titans just started their final season, chapter 1. The final season is the second final season.
Right, or so they say.
So they say, yes. So they had their second final season started, and they bringing in the guy that the Titans are trying to stop. The other Titans are trying to stop right now as a character. So Epic Games confirmed Aaron's appearance well after the character leaked on Thursday morning.
You know, I think it's dope that Fortnite is able to incorporate all of these IPs. I guess I'm curious, on the business side, are they paying for the rights to have all these characters?
You pay for all
I
that.
can't imagine that it's cheap to do that.
It depends, right? Because you like they have an Akira S motorcycle, right? They probably didn't go to the company that owns Akira. They probably made something similar to Akira, so they dropped that in there. But there's characters they use. They're like, hey,
I'm talking more about the characters, though, right?
They're like, hey, we want to use your character. Here's $100,000. We do a buyout. There's
Okay.
ways you handle things. You can do a buyout of the character, or you can say, hey, we're going to do a rev share. For every character sold, you get 10%. It costs you nothing. You don't even have to make the character. All you have to do is give us approve the actual model that is representative of the character for you in our game, and then we'll put it in. All you have to do is collect a check whenever it
And I
comes.
guess since they make so much money, it's just another stream of revenue.
Another stream of revenue.
It's
Yeah.
not competing against any other the current properties that they have out. So I guess it's different from like with a movie, right? If you license out the movie, you could be competing against yourself, but this you're not even competing against yourself. So why not let somebody have the character? I guess that's a good business model.
Yeah. Yeah. So they license it out, they rev share it, or they do a buyout. And you probably want to do a buyout on your biggest characters, right? Like Thanos came in. You probably went to Marvel and say, yo, we want to buy out a bunch of your characters. And probably give them the minimum revenue share on top of it. So here's $500,000 or $1 million, Marvel. And we'll do all the character work for you. All you got to do is give us approvals on the characters, run it through your chain, and then we give you 10% on top of we just paid for the characters.
Okay.
But it looks amazing. That trailer is pretty badass.
Since it's so fresh off the presses, I haven't had a chance to see it yet. So after Geek Beast, I'm actually gonna go watch it.
Yeah. And I was like, they just came with it, like, you know what? We're just gonna change things. We're gonna have motorcycles, you ride in here that look like they straight out of Akira. We're gonna have floating cities and islands and shit. They're like, we're coming with it.
Okay.
It's the first time they've really done like cyberpunk stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Neon
it's really,
light.
interesting. Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say too. I think they have to be sharing revenue shares too with because they sell the skins, right? So you can buy, Marvel skins, like Thanos skin, there's all kinds of, all the different properties. So like, the Naruto, the Dragon Ball Z. So I'm pretty sure they share revenue with that too, right? So
I'm pretty sure there's some they probably do buyouts because I'm the other thing, Guitar Hero. Some songs we bought out outright. We just bought the song outright.
that'd be really interesting to see like how much money they make on those like bundles.
I am too.
Right?
Me too. Me too.
That's why I asked about the business model. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I can see Marvel saying you don't sell enough skins for us to recoup anything, so we're gonna give you a buyout.
I mean, they even did stuff with the NFL. Like I remember one like usually around the Super Bowl. Like I remember one year they had, I think it was like the Patriots, whoever was facing the Patriots, they had the teams of the Super Bowl jerseys in the game.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did they have the names of the players? I'm just curious.
I
I don't
think
remember. Because years
that's
ago, I remember
true.
that was a big deal. Like there were players
Yeah,
that didn't want to
Yeah.
be in games because
No, in order to get the players, you have to go to their whatchamacallit, player associations.
yeah, okay,
You're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
negotiate
Because I
first.
remember years ago. This is well, I mean, Michael Jordan was playing, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want EA, to have my name or anything like that
In
for
their
like
game.
NBA Live and stuff like that." He was like, "No."
It came a big issue with college players in college football.
Well, it should because they're not getting paid, and then you're using their likeness and their number. So yeah,
And
I'm in
so what happened
total
with that
agreement with
game
that.
was EA canceled the game.
Right? Yeah.
They're
You
like, oh, we're gonna cancel the game.
because I mean, I know a couple players. They played college football, right? And they didn't make any money off of it. And they weren't good. I mean, granted, they got an education, but they weren't going to the pros. And then here it is, you got these games coming out, and they're making millions. And it's like, I'm working a day job, So it's like, nah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
exactly.
they should have had them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So that's the thing.
But they can get paid now, so that might change. They
Yeah,
might bring
hopefully.
back college football.
Yeah.
You can get
What's so funny is that NCAA wants to put a cap on how much they get paid, right? Off both their what the college is gonna pay them and their endorsement deal.
it ain't none of their damn business what the endorsement deal is.
What I say, Randy.
Yeah, like nah. But there are
So
challenges with it, right? Because it's like sometimes some of the endorsement deals might conflict with the deals that the university has, right? And so the university might go in and try to intervene and try to stop the deal from happening. So it's
yeah,
like if
like
you've got
deal with Nike, and you're like, no, I cut my deal with Adidas.
right, exactly, right. So our uniforms are with Nike, but I cut my deal with Adidas. So it's like, yeah, those
I
types
cut
of
my shoe deal with Adidas. They're like, no, you have to wear Nike shoes.
right, right.
Yeah,
So
that's fair. That's legit. NBA's handled that problem because didn't Nike do the jerseys for NBA at one point, and everybody can wear whatever shoes they wanted.
well, you can wear whatever shoes you want. So it's not like a shoe deal in the NBA, at least as far as I
Yeah,
know.
but
You
I
can
can
wear
see
whatever you
colleges cutting shoe
want.
deals. They don't want to pay for shoes for anybody.
Right. But like there are certain things like if you the NBA might have a deal with Gatorade, but you have All Sport is your drink, right? So the players are never going to hold like a Gatorade cup, you know what I'm saying, or something like, or be seen. They'll get a different cup and pour the stuff in it. So like it's ways you have to go around stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
can see.
I've actually seen clips of that where like I think it was actually Klay Thompson did that where he was like he's sponsored by one particular drink and then
Right.
there was a Gatorade on the press conference table and he like knocked it off.
Right.
Yeah, he moved it
Yeah.
away.
Right.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
So
But I mean that was a big deal, like the Dream Team Olympics, right? Remember?
yeah.
They
Did
had
it?
to like they covered their
Yeah, they covered stuff like that. I read this story before. It's like Beyonce was at Saturday Night Live and she said she was thirsty and all they had was like Coke in the building and she's sponsored by Pepsi. So like they literally had to send somebody out like in New York City to get her a Pepsi because she couldn't be photographed drinking the Coke.
Oh,
That would cost her millions of dollars. So those types of things are real.
it's kind of like Shaq during the All-Star game when what's his name came over and bought him a pizza from Tony's Pizza, and Shaq
Yeah.
touched it.
Like, nah, fam.
My job, I'm supposed to buy Papa John's over
Papa
here.
John's. I might even like that pizza better, but I'm not gonna be caught on camera eating it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's all your commercial would need is like, look, even our rivals are eating our food or wearing our things over there. That's right.
exactly.
That's
yeah, and it just kind of brings back what we were talking about with Fortnite, like how they're able to have all this intersection with all these different
Yeah.
brands.
yeah.
right, within the same game, and then just have them coexist. And
Yeah.
it's like we were talking the other day. It's like, yeah, you have Vader fighting Spider-Man,
Yeah.
or Goku fighting,
Uh,
Doctor Strange,
yeah.
and it's just like, it's so interesting to me that in that sort of hyper competitive and world of branding, that they can all exist.
Mhm.
And so, like we were talking before, it's, when people ask about like what's the metaverse, like what really is the metaverse, well, you can really point to like what Fortnite's doing
Or
to
what
be like,
Fortnite's doing. Yeah.
mm,
This is what we want.
is what's gonna be the Fortnite, and what's gonna happen in the Fortnite world. It's like,
We
and
where we had games like what's that game from THQ that their version of Grand Theft Auto, and they had wacky costumes and everything. The funk's gonna put it in the chat somewhere. I know he is. But they had a game where you can dress in all kinds of wacky costumes. You can smack people with dildos and all kinds of stuff. Saints Row. Thank you, the funk. Thank you, the funk. It comes through every time. Every time it comes through. Saints Row, right? But none of that's branded. So they said, hey, this world can exist where you can have all this wacky stuff in it and they can all play together. And Fortnite comes along and says, we're going to have the real wacky stuff in here. Because nowhere on God's green earth should Goku be throwing a fireball into Darth Vader's chest.
Well, it's like, I mean, isn't that though like what we've always wanted? I'm not saying necessarily that matchup, but like they create these great combos that we thought we would never see, and it's just kind of cool.
Sorry, Rodney, for cutting you off. I got excited.
Yeah, it's just kind of cool that they can do that.
Rodney? I think Rodney's like, I want to talk.
no worries. Yeah, I was. That was pretty much my point. It was, yeah, like you said, it's just, and, when we were talking about this earlier, because we were watching that trailer, like, dang, it looks so good. They're dropping it tonight, and it's just like they just continually change the map. They continually add all these different things. They're changing out everything with like all these different objectives and all these things. I remember they even had like the Daily Bugle in game. They had like Arkham Asylum in the game, so it was like Batman. It was just like it's not just like the characters, but like they actually create these environments, right? And it's like, with Vader, it's funny because Vader flies in his Imperial shuttle, and you see him fly in and lands, and it's like, okay, Vader's right over there, so if you don't want to like fight him, you just avoid him. And it's just it just still just surprises me, even after all these years, how well they're able to do all that stuff.
Yep. I'm just waiting for Fortnite to say, hey, let's drop Gundams down like the old Titanfall and let people jump inside of a Gundam. I'm just waiting for them to do that. That'd be awesome. Hey, we're going to let them fall into a Gundam. We're going to drop a Gundam down. And you can hop up in it and ride around in it like a vehicle.
Who knows what the future holds?
They did have these mechs, but they weren't Gundams. But like, if they were actually Gundams, like the actually branded Gundams, then yeah, that would just be bonkers. But they did have mechs in it, and they've had some crazy shit, man. Just so much crazy shit.
You have really cool. Transformers, and you hop in a Transformer.
Transformers would be
vehicle mode into a robot mode up against a Gundam.
That'd be so fucking crazy.
Where somebody comes and they can have a pet kaiju.
Yeah.
I can have like Voltron against like Optimus Prime.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He's just like,
yeah.
And it's kind of like those, like, it's kind of like, when you're kids and you're like sitting in the back of the bus and you're like, oh, who would beat who's such ass?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's like what we've always wanted. Absolutely.
Batman would kick Wolverine's ass. No, Wolverine would kick Batman.
Well,
Hulk would kill,
we still having those conversations right now with our 40s and 50s. Now that I'm back in high school, we still having those conversations.
We're still kids.
Still kids, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never growing up, man. Fuck that.
Yeah. Like the moment they put a Hobbit into Fortnite, I'm gonna be like, I'm done.
That would be really funny. Like, Gandalf.
Gollum and Gollum running around with a ring.
Like Gandalf and Dumbledore fighting. Like, that's amazing.
then Harry Potter comes in. Harry Potter coming in.
I mean, because the spoilers for Ready Player One, but you remember the very last scene of the book and the movie. It's like basically all that shit. Right?
Yep.
It's like you talk about the Gundams, you talk about like all that stuff, like
Dying.
all these
Yeah.
characters, all this, and
Iron.
they're all fighting. They're all fighting, and it's just like, yeah, it's just one, and that's why they're the closest. They really are the closest to the
Right.
metaverse.
They're closest. And they leave just enough of the personality of the character in there so you know it's that character and it doesn't ruin it for you. It's not just Goku running around with a gun. Like Goku does Goku moves.
Yeah, man.
Really smart. It's really smart. And the fact that they're able to do this. But this Epic, though, right? Epic's like, hey, our company builds the stages for everything you record on. Then they go to Star Wars. This background you bake, is cause we're getting that Fortnite money. That Fortnite money helps us improve what we're doing, so it improves what you're doing. So it's an ecosystem that feeds itself. Trust us. You're going to want to be a part of this.
Well, they gotta be careful about that. You don't want to get into like antitrust and those types of things.
Yeah, they ain't worried about that. You pay enough. You pay enough congressmen people off. They don't even know. Nancy Pelosi don't know what virtual production is. She has no idea what that is.
That's the problem, is she doesn't know, and then she'll start passing some weird laws. It's like that's not even how it works, Nancy. And she like, no, that's not how it works. They shouldn't be allowed to do this. Like, shut up, Nancy. Go sit down. Or any of them.
Those lions and Lion King ain't real. He has no idea. He ain't even watching Lion King. He's too busy trying to ship drugs in through Louisville to
Money making Mitch. You talking about money making Mitch?
Money making Mitch. He's too busy sending coke through Louisville to care about that. He doesn't know those lions and Lion King ain't real.
Moscow Mitch.
Yeah, Moscow Mitch. We call him Money Making Mitch.
I call him Money Making Mitch off of a page.
Totally different tangent, but supposedly he's in the hospital right now.
He's in the hospital right now. The wicked witches fail.
Oh, he too evil to die. He gonna be around forever. Not that I'm encouraging anybody to die, but
we hear what you're saying. We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing over there. We get it. We totally understand. Nobody's disagreeing with you on that. Speaking of things that are going on, Michael B. Jordan's getting in the anime world. He's working on a Creed anime. Deadline reported on Thursday that Amazon, which recently acquired MGM, they bought MGM. Yeah. The company behind the Creed series is reportedly in talks with Jordan about possibly expanding the universe of Rocky Creed with other related projects, including predictably an anime version of Creed.
Well, Michael B. Jordan, who he actually directed Creed and starting it, as you know, he's a big anime fan, and he said a lot of the scenes for Creed 3 were patented after a lot of his
anime. Yeah, a lot of anime. Mm-hmm. They're actually 1-to-1 to anime.
Oh, really?
Really? They have a play by, and that's why when Jonathan Majors came out as Don Flamingo for Ebony magazine cover,
and people were mad about
Michael B. Jordan was like, "That's mind blowing." But you understand, I'm a big One Piece man, and I knew exactly what you're doing. Michael B. Jordan said he was jealous of that he was able to pull that off, and he's like, "Why'd you choose Don Flamingo?" He's like, "Well, he's one of the biggest villains in One Piece. He's the most vicious villain in One Piece." And I'm the biggest villain in 2 movies right now.
2 movies. He's number 1 and number 2 in the world. It had been in the last top 2 movies. So shout outs to Jonathan Majors. He's having a hell of a year, man. Good for him.
So they're going to do the Rocky Creed extended universe. I wonder if Sylvester Stallone will come back to play the voice of Rocky. Because some reason he felt some type of way about not being in this Creed movie.
Well, I would too. I get it. I would too. I mean, Rocky's his thing, right? I mean, we can't.
This is his thing.
Creed succeeded because Sylvester Stallone was in it. Now, it was a good movie, but it's hard for me to imagine Creed without Rocky in those first 2 movies.
I disagree with you on that.
I can't imagine those two movies. It
I
just would have been weird because I even remember when it was out, everybody was like, "This is stupid. He's too old to be Apollo's son. Like, why are they doing this?" And then the movie was really good. I thought they needed the Rocky character, specifically Sylvester Stallone, to add some authenticity to that movie.
I think if they would have came if he would have came out with just the boxing movie, it wasn't called Creed, and it was just the same boxing movie without him, and he had
It's not Creed. It's not
that's,
Creed.
that's what I'm saying. It's not Creed. He came
Yeah,
out with something else. If he came out and it was called Super Fist. Was the
I.
name of the
But
movie. I
that's a
think
different movie. That's a
it
different.
could have been the same exact storyline though. It could have been the same exact storyline.
And
Sylvester Stallone could be Manager Z. It could have been based on Gus, who is Mike Tyson's real manager, and not on Sylvester Stallone, and nobody would have thought nothing of it.
Well, I don't
People,
know.
people would have.
That what that we don't know, but what we do know,
Mhm.
that Creed with Rocky was very successful.
It was, and we know Creed without Rocky is very successful,
After two movies,
and it's still successful. Sylvester Stallone said the movie franchise wouldn't be successful without him.
I don't remember him saying that. I never heard him say that.
Yeah, like that's part of the talk here in town here. Sylvester Stallone was like, "Well, they had the movie without me. It's not going to be as successful."
And remember
He
too,
should think that. He's supposed to.
he wrote the second movie.
Yes, he did write the second movie.
Yeah,
He
so
pitched the first movie. He made
I
sure.
thought the first movie, he was an option in the movie. The movie was going to be done with or without him.
No, I thought the movie was only going to be done if he was in it.
Ryan Coogler had the rights
No,
to
no,
it.
no. I'm talking about the very first Rocky movie ever made.
The very first Rocky movie was going to be made without him. He sold the screenplay.
Yes.
Sylvester Stallone wrote the screenplay, and he had to beg to be in it. They wanted Rocky.
I thought the buyers had to put him in it.
Yeah, no, the studio had to put him in it. He wanted to be in it, but
Yeah.
they didn't want him. The studio didn't want him.
And so he made it where, in order for them to buy my screenplay, I got a star in it.
I don't think that was. I think that became later.
Okay, I don't know. I
Or
thought
it
it
was
was
part of
first.
his negotiation deal to do
I
it.
thought that was
Like the
that's
studio wanted like Robert Redford to be
that'd have
Sylvester
been
Stallone.
weird.
It would have
too.
been terrible. But
That-
Robert Redford was a bigger name. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he
So it's
was-
like,
that-
why we getting the dude who can't talk? And you know, he franchised because he doesn't own the property.
He does.
doesn't.
No, so when he optioned it off, I thought
Yeah,
part
right.
of the option that he did was because he said, "I'm going to sell this to you, but I got a star in it."
And that might have been true because they could have done Creed without him.
Yes.
The deal was they were going to make Creed regardless, but when he jumped on, that made it like I said,
Yeah,
that added some authenticity
It
to
did. It did. It added part of the lineage to Creed.
Right.
But they could have made that movie without him and called it something else. It didn't have to be in that universe at all. They could have been a whole different boxing.
But I think that's what they wanted to.
Of course they would, because Hollywood wants to remake every fucking thing. we already discussed this. We discussed this a lot. They want to reboot, remake, remix everything.
Yeah, well,
They don't have any trust in original IP because none of the people that control this shit are creative.
Agree. And the people who control it don't want to get fired.
Yeah, they don't want to lose their job.
Yeah, so
They don't take any chances.
right. So they're not gonna take any chances. They like, nah, I like being a Hollywood whatever.
Yeah.
Like you got this new idea, like, nah, man. Because if it don't work, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else is gonna be like, why we gotta do something new? Why can't we just say something old? And then somebody was like, no, let's try something creative. And then if that new creative thing don't succeed, it's like, see, I told you we should have just made Die Hard 55, Transformers 32. You know what I'm saying?
Again, we need to get credit. This is why I'm so happy Bob Iger came in and said, "I'm firing all you suits. I'm putting this stuff back in the hands of the creatives.
Don't ever believe
what you're doing.
This is Disney we talking about.
Yeah.
They're part of the reason why it is like this.
And he came in to clean house to fix it. That's what he said he's fixing.
No, that was part of his legacy too, was connecting all those properties. It's the reason we got Toy Story 4. After Andy's in college, they're like, let's just take the sister and take over for it. We know Andy's like 25 now, but he got a little sister.
Y'all so stupid. He's so stupid. Well, that's true. Let's move on to some other news. Rodney's rolling his head right now at us right now. Muhammad Ali event series from Kevin Wilmot, Reggae Jean Page, and Morgan Freeman in works at Peacock. Now,
he gonna play Muhammad Ali?
Reggae Jean Page shouldn't play Muhammad Ali. Let's go through the story. Okay. Peacock's Development Excellence 8-fight scripted 8-part event series about boxing great Muhammad Ali based on definitive biography Ali, A Life by Jonathan Eig. The project hails for Oscar-winning Black Klansman co-writer Kevin Wilmot. I'm so happy Kevin's got this work. In a series of in Morgan Freeman and Laurie Cree, Revelations Entertainment, Bridgerton alum Reggae Jean Page, and Emily Brown. That doesn't say that Reggae is going to star in it or anything, but I'm assuming they're going to put the Duke as Muhammad Ali. Nope. First of all,
I don't see it, but he does have swag. Ray J, Jean Paul, he does have
Reggae Jean Page.
Ray J, John, he does have, because that was one of the things that drew me to him in Bridgerton. I was like, oh, the black Duke got some swag. So he's got swag. He's a little small, but Will, prior to doing Ali, Fresh Prince Will was really skinny.
Yep, and he did Ali.
And he became Ali.
And it was a horrible Ali. It was a horrible Ali. It was a horrible Ali. It was a horrible Ali.
I agree with you there. Now we gotta disagree on that one.
I sat there and watched the one man play Ali.
I saw the one man play Ali too in Louisville. No, in Lexington. It was in Lexington.
I saw it in Lexington when it first debuted. I went with the Grundys and sat next to Muhammad Ali.
Did I come with you?
No, you weren't in Lexington at the time.
Nah, this was 95. I think that was actually the first play or something that I went to, because I saw that same play.
I don't know. Did you come? Maybe you did.
I don't remember. I know I saw the one man play.
He was in the room with us, and we watched that play, and it was amazing.
I loved it too. I thought it was great.
The guy embodied Muhammad Ali, and what Will Smith looked like Will Smith playing Muhammad Ali.
I think y'all just hate though.
Like Will Smith playing Muhammad Ali. You need to go back and watch Ali.
I watched Ali. I've seen Ali several times.
Go back and watch it as an adult, not your childish mind.
Now, what it did was, and I liked, and now when I saw Mario Van Peebles trying to be Malcolm X, I was like, Denzel, he is not.
Yes, he's not that neither. Both they were in cosplay. Both of them were cosplaying as real life characters. That's what they were doing. They were cosplaying. And Reggae Jean Page, he had swag in Bridgerton. Have you watched the trailers for Dungeons and Dragons? Did you watch the most recent trailer?
Oh no, I haven't seen the most
recent. Watch it. They focus on him. He got no swag. You're like, this cornball.
But that could be a bad script and bad writing.
I'm telling you, the pendulum goes both ways with that guy. He's not Billy D. Williams. He's no Billy D. Williams. Like, he just has swag on all the time.
Billy D. Williams can't act. He just got swag.
Got swag all the time. He swag. He wears his swag goo.
Yeah,
Jean Page proved to me that he doesn't have swag. Billy D. couldn't turn off his swag.
No, he can't. He
can't turn it off. Reggae Jean Page.
Or was just everything he was in, though, set up to...
he can't turn it off. I watched him do a normal human interview, and I'm like, damn, Billy D. Williams, cool as
I don't know, just everything I've ever seen Billy D. Williams, he plays the cool guy. Like, everything, he's the cool guy.
Everything. I saw him heated on a TV show, and he was cool as a fan.
See, I ain't never seen that.
Cool as a fan.
Even like when he was older, he guest starred on an episode of A Different World, and he was just cool as shit.
He's like, I don't play any characters. I just come out as myself. And that character, that person is cool all the time.
I remember Billy D with the Colt 45 commercials. I was like 8 years old. I was like, I want some of that.
Because he was cool. He did a cool cigarette commercial, and I was like, that man is cool.
I was like, I want to drink Colt 45. What is Colt 45, mama?
So I can see Reggae John Page being more Malcolm X, and I can see him being Muhammad Ali.
Now let's not get it carried away.
No, he could.
I don't see him being Malcolm X at all.
He's not the same color as Malcolm X.
I don't see him. I see him being more Ali. No, I do not see him being Malcolm X.
No.
Talk about just career. I mean, don't get me wrong, Muhammad Ali, but we just talking about pop. Ray J. John Paul ain't got that.
Reggae John Page. You can get his name wrong. Get the Reggae John Page.
Reggae John Paul Page, whatever. He ain't Malcolm X. He can't give the bullet versus the whatchamacallit speech, and you be like,
He ain't got to do that. All he has to come in and say, "You're doing."
I know, but what I'm saying is, if he had to.
I'm not telling him he has to act like Malcolm X the whole time. He has to give speeches out here. We said he has to come in.
If he doing the bullet in the ballot speech, I'm like, no.
We're not saying that. We're saying he walks into the dressing room as Ollie's putting on his glove and says, "Hey, Muhammad.
Hey, champ."
Hey, champ, go give them hell. Then walks back out, Randy. You're doing too much. You had way too much.
When you said he could be Malcolm X, I'm thinking the bullet in the ballot. And I'm like, nah.
Walk in and say, give them hell, Ollie, and walk right back out.
Yeah, well, anybody can do that, man.
No, you and I could not do that until Muhammad Ali. Oh, Lord. Oh, this is.
I'm not an actor though, but anybody can do that, man.
Oh, goodness, okay. J.J. Abrams series has been saved by Amazon.
Which one? The Smiths?
Hear me out. Batman's latest animated series was almost canceled before it even had a chance to begin, but it's been saved by Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cape Crusader, the animated series from J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, and Bruce Timm, has been revived by the Prime.
Damn. Yeah, and they gave it a 2-season order.
2 seasons at the least.
Yeah.
Now the question is this:
Bruce Timm's dead.
What's up?
Isn't Bruce Timm dead?
No, I don't think Bruce Timm is dead. Did Bruce Timm die?
I thought Bruce Timm died.
Maybe it's Bruce Timm's. Maybe this is like his final wishes. I don't know. I didn't know Bruce Timm died.
I could be wrong though.
No, he's still alive, Randy.
Did I kill Bruce Timm?
Yeah. Kill Bruce Timm. Damn, Jesus, Randy.
So who was it died with Batman?
I don't know.
No, I'm Kevin Conroy. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. It ain't Bruce Timm, Randy. Just kill Bruce Timm. I don't think Bruce Timm's dead. But anyway, this has been revived because WB don't know how to act right.
Yeah, man.
They're giving away the money right now. The one thing that
they gave away a Batman franchise. That doesn't happen a lot. Batman is their biggest money getter. Like,
even Batman the Brave and the Bold,
right?
And it was
every Batman series does well. It's been doing well since the pow, bang, boom, right? It's been doing Batman.
The onomatopoeia Batman.
Right. Onomatopoeia Batman. The only one that ever really did bad was that Batman and Robin. That was terrible. The George Clooney Batman.
No, it was George Clooney in the Batman suit. Let's respect what that movie really was, and we need to have him in the upcoming movie. We need to have George Clooney in the upcoming movie.
It doesn't matter.
Michael Keaton back, and he can't even turn his neck. He ain't got the.
I know, it's so weird.
His face is all crooked in that.
Right, it's like.
Ow. So I
you know that's gotta be what CG. Ain't no way Michael Keaton got in that cow.
I think you'd bring back George Clooney with the nipples. Bring Batman back.
That is the only bad Batman movie.
What? What?
Unsuccessful. Man, it was terrible. George Clooney was terrible at Batman and Robin.
Hey, George Clooney was an amazing Batman. He does what he always does.
Sure,
He
still
was
made a lot of money though. Right? Even a bad Batman makes a lot of money.
Agree.
why did they give it away? Why would
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
I think it's the new direction, right?
God.
The new direction is the
makes-
old direction, right? Of sell is
makes
yeah, we own the property, but we're letting this other, another company air it,
one
right?
of them is a bad pimp.
Right?
Where they're giving away the baddest.
right. That's like
man.
LeBron in his prime. Like, sure, LeBron, you can go play for the Mavs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, here, you can go play a couple of games over. Like, why would you do that? Sure, Jordan, you can go play with the Knicks. We'll be okay. And then come. No, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
It.
It's crazy. It's crazy they really
Hey,
did.
I bet you Marvel ain't about to license out Tony Stark.
Marvel's not gonna license out Jubilee. Fuck that. Y'all don't even get Jubilee. Fuck that.
Yeah, man. It makes
We're not gonna give y'all Cosmo. Cosmo's in our movies. That fucking dog is in our movie. We're not gonna give you the damn dog.
Yeah, but, I mean, probably. But remember, so WB, you kind of bring it up. It's like WB's kind of in the same situation Marvel was when they had to sell all the rights.
That's true.
Right? They had to sell all their rights to a bunch of different companies to survive, right? Just to survive. So
honestly,
now it takes them how long to get everything back? Yeah, for sure. Now they're like, no, we got it now. We all have all our rights back. We're not giving it up. But sounds like WB's in the same situation. Like they're just in a bad spot where they just gotta give everything away.
Hey, what WB probably is doing too. This is a way to court Amazon to buy them because they are looking for a buyer. We know that. This may be a courting move. I give you a little bit, and then you come and buy me.
I was gonna say it's like a drug deal. The first one is free.
First hit,
a little taste.
Little taste.
We give you a little Batman animated.
Get your hook.
We'll give you that strong shit. The first
it ain't a live action, but it's animated. Let you see what it's like.
It don't miss. It don't.
Get a little taste, huh?
Right. Let you see what it's like to have a little bit of that Batman in your life.
We're not giving you the weed. We're giving you the straight or the cocaine.
That would be so funny if that was part of it, right?
I think of it, Rodney. That may be what they're doing.
Oh man!
I mean, yeah, we should look. We should start like following all the moves and see, because then they kind of did the same thing. I don't know with the Lord of the Rings thing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But
we gave you.
I don't know. We'll see.
Now they're coming out. Did y'all see? We have Lord of the Rings news. Stay on, Rodney. So, Lord of the Rings Gollum trailer shows the tournament before the trilogy. We see Gollum working with and against two opposing forces, including young Gandalf and an emissary of the Lord of Sauron, but in search of the ring. It's a heavy lift to make Smeagol Gollum a sympathetic figure, but this is what the narrative appears to be headed. This is heavy. I was like, yo, this may be one of the dopest things they've ever made. The story trailer behind this, The Lord of the Rings Gollum was announced in 2019 and was expected 2022 by Daedalic Entertainment, delayed it back to July, though Namcom Public Relations has only given 2023 a release window for the action adventure. The company did tell investors back in January that the game will launch sometime between April and September 2023.
Oh, so it's a game, not a show.
Yes, a game. But the fact that it exists.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah. I knew it was coming, but I thought it was going to get canceled. I said, nobody wants to play as Gollum. It's basically a survival game. You got to survive as Gollum.
That's really interesting. You got to play as Gollum.
Mm-hmm. And because they're technically different.
I mean, it looks
amazing.
It looks pretty good.
Hmm?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Man, that was Alexa. Alexa just came in and sorry she wasn't sure. But this is the thing, you guys. So that we had some, you have to sneak around and survive and fight. You gotta fight animals, fight creatures, you gotta avoid everybody, and you're trying to get your hand to the ring, and you're young. So you're not as crazy as you are. But that ring feels good. It's kind of like a Batman having a Batman animated series on your platform. It's my precious, my precious.
Oh Lord. Oh
Huh?
Lord.
Oh man, so it's exciting. So there's a lot of exciting things happening.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah. Looks pretty good. I'm quite excited for it. I mean, it has to compete against Hogwarts Legacy, unfortunately, but it looks nice. A fantasy, but it looks like it's a survival horror. Like I'm Gollum, and I gotta survive, and I gotta avoid everybody to try to get the ring. It's like Tomb Raider, but with no weapons. Oh man, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, WB out here selling the number one property to Amazon. Sounds like an olive branch to say, hey, pop buy us. Please buy us.
Hey, we heard it. Hey, y'all heard it here first on GeekBeast. We calling it.
You bought MGM. We're better than MGM.
Yep.
Buy us.
Oh, it's gonna be a different price tag though for the for WB. You know?
Warner, yeah.
Warner Brothers gonna be a way
higher
different
price tag.
than MGM.
MGM has what? They have what? James Bond.
Well, James Bond actually saved the studio. The studio was going broke, and then that first one,
Casino Royale.
Yeah, Casino Royale. Like they put all the chips on the table for it, and it turned out to be a blockbuster, and it helped save the actual studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it looks like WB's trying to do that with an animated Batman series. We're gonna do two. You're gonna do two series. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a long ass hit.
But maybe too, like with James Gunn trying to consolidate everything, maybe he was fine with it going to a different company because he didn't want it to interfere with his universe and maybe his animated properties and things that he's going to come out
and again, Warner Brothers needs to find the buyer, and there's no bigger sugar daddy in the world than Amazon outside of Apple. Is Apple and Amazon are the two biggest sugar daddies.
Right.
and Apple doesn't
WB out here thirst trapping, man. They out here thirst trapping.
The art of thirst trap, and we're seeing it right now.
Show the little Batman boob and stuff out here trying to
Batman booty. Put this Batman booty on the table.
So they trying to get the sugar daddy. Come on, hey daddy, come here, get some of this Batman.
Batman booty. You know?
Oh God, that's hilarious.
You got anything you want to share with the people, Randy?
No, I don't have anything after Batman.
He's rolling right now. He's on his knees right now. Like Batman booty.
Batman booty.
So we're gonna throw it out there, yo. WB out there still slinging that Batman booty.
Today's sugar daddy. Hey, Poppy. They like, hey, Poppy.
Amazon. We're prime too.
You're looking good. Looking good. In the Amazon Prime truck. Oh God. Oh God.
They got Batman out there being a gigolo.
Oh man. That's funny.
Gigoloing so much.
Oh God.
Oh man, this is hilarious. Anything you want to share with the people, Randy?
No, like I said, I got nothing after Batman booty.
Okay.
I think we should end after that.
Thank you all for tuning in to GeekBeast. Tune in tomorrow where we have happy hour. May bring on some special guests. Also, to let y'all know, we'll be
Jenna Ortega's gonna be on Jimmy Fallon tonight. Okay,
on
tonight's Fallon.
Who is? Jenna Ortega and Twice. Yes, thank you, Defunct. Jenna Ortega and Twice are going to be on Jimmy Fallon. And so I haven't watched Jimmy Fallon in years, but I'm going to watch it tonight for both Jenna Ortega and for Twice. Jenna Ortega has my heart right now for how she handled Hot Ones. She's by far the Hot Ones champion. If you don't watch Hot Ones, go to YouTube, type in Hot Ones, Jenna Ortega, and watch her handle these wings like a champ.
I
Not
guess
only did she took the hottest wing and said, "Oh, this is delicious." Then turned around and dapped it up some more and took another bite. I'm looking at it, and her eyes were not teary eyed or nothing. She did the Wednesday stare. As she took a bite of a hot ass wing. I'm like, she's a champ. She's the champ.
she's gonna be Lydia in Beetlejuice. Oh, Beetlejuice
Oh,
2?
Lydia's daughter for
Lydia's
Beetlejuice 2.
daughter. Oh. Is Michael Keaton gonna be Beetlejuice, or are we getting a new
Yeah,
Beetlejuice?
he's gonna be stiff ass Michael Keaton in that makeup with his lockjaw hanging down because he's old as shit. No, you know who they should get his Beetlejuice? Jim Carrey.
I mean, if you get
He's
Jim
old
Carrey,
enough.
that's why I get Michael Keaton. They the same, like I don't know. They're about the
No,
same,
they're not. No,
about
they're
the same
not.
age.
No, they're not.
I would imagine Michael Keaton and Jim Carrey like the same age.
Hold on. Michael Keaton's how old is Michael Keaton? Michael Keaton's 71 years old.
Ain't Jim Carrey about 70? I don't know, man. He about 60 something. How old is Jim Carrey?
61. They're a decade apart, Randy.
Man, ain't no difference between 61 and 71.
Shit.
No difference.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hilarious. I think they should get her to play the daughter and probably have a younger Beetlejuice. We've seen old Beetlejuice. We have never seen a young Beetlejuice.
Oh man.
So that'd be awesome. I'm gonna watch this because I'm really curious how she's gonna act on Jimmy Kimmel because she's killing all her interviews. I still believe her and Millie Bobby Brown should do a movie together. They're both really charming young ladies, and I would like to see them in a movie together.
Cool.
It's like they have so much swag, it'd be swag goo.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Shout out to Digital Click, keeping us looking good and pretty. Shout out to you, the fans, for tuning in. Shout out to the Funk for organizing our stories. Such a great curator. Like, he's the master of this. I'm scared to touch the story when I see him. Like, oh yeah, he's talking about everything I want to talk about. See, I'll post something. He's like, that ain't real news. That's some filler shit. I'm not putting that in there. So that's my editor in chief. He's editor in chief of the GeekBeast News. We gotta have him back on the show to talk because it's amazing he does the show. Shout out to Rodney for being a great technical producer and director, and also for coming chiming in on the show from time to time. This has been a great show to have you be the voice almighty, Rodney. Thank you.
Yeah, Dragonborn VR. She was in the chat today too.
VR. I would love for her to come on Happy Hour tomorrow if she could.
Yeah.
And you, the Funk. It'd be nice to have both of y'all on.
Yeah, y'all should come through for Happy Hour tomorrow.
Yeah.
We went a little long tonight, didn't we? We almost went Happy Hour.
We went 10 minutes extra because we started 10 minutes late.
Okay. What time? 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, 10:30 to 11:30.
Yep.
Yeah, we do an hour. We do an hour on Friday.
Yep. With that being
Mario Day tomorrow.
It's Mario Day tomorrow. This is a perfect time. We gotta have the Funk on. We gotta have. We gotta talk about Mario.
PM. Yeah, PM. 10:30 Eastern. 10:30 Eastern. 7:30 Pacific, and it would be what? 8:30 your time.
Yep.
Or 9:30. Is it 9:30 or 8:30?
No, they're an hour behind, so it'd be
9:30.
9:30 your time. Yep.
Yeah, 9:30 your time. Yep.
With that being said, let's conclude the show. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all tomorrow for Happy Hour. Peace.
Peace.